Was the calibration you're talking about that David Hawkins? Is that where you got that from?
Yes, yes, I'm talking about David Hawkins' calibration, yes. If you are familiar with his teachings, in the his last book is called Letting Go. And in a way, in that book, he talks about the surrendering technique, right? Perhaps he doesn't talk so specifically about this particular template or this other one, but he talks in general about the power of surrendering to create healing in the mind-body organism and to create a spiritual progress, a spiritual evolution, which has to do with what we're talking today, which is to be free from aversions and attachments. To be free from the control and the grips of the 3.5 lower chakras, right? And the drives. And it's an eternal affair. We are not monks. We are here in this marketplace, right? So when you take the vows of renunciation and you go into a monastery, if you analyze the 3 vows of renunciation, you will see that they are about this. Yeah, you renounce pursuing these drives, and then hopefully the monastery will take care of the basics, right? So you renounce, for example, personal success. Yeah, the first vow is the vow of simplicity or poverty. That's one, right? So there you renounce the pursuing of money in the first chakra. The second one is obedience, right? So you renounce pursuing personal success because in the organization you just need to obey, follow orders, which is terrible because it also, when you do that, you're renouncing the fifth center, and the fifth center is the divine center. So that when you do that, you are renouncing your vocation, and unless you are engaging yourself in a more sophisticated and enlightened organization, they can keep you away from your vocation for the rest of your life, washing dishes, and that is entrenching in your divine expression why you are here, which creates immense unhappiness.
So
right?
when we talk about like the line, it's like a very fragile line. Like you mentioned Steve Jobs as like someone who at an early age did pursue more of a spiritual path,
Mm-hmm.
that then he decided to go into business and then
Mm-hmm.
actually got really hurt because he was let go of the company that he started.
Right.
And he was trying to find that, in my opinion, he was trying to find that, how does he show up in a way that's greater than himself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which I think ultimately he did.
Right.
But that's like, because what I tend to do is like, I feel like there's a pursuit.
Yes.
And I'm trying to find the sincerity of, for instance, I'm refinancing my car, or my lease is up on my car.
Yes.
And there's many options on the marketplace.
Right.
So it's like I start going, well, what would signify value? But then it's like, does it really matter? Like what car you drive.
Yes.
So I'll fluctuate between like just giving up and renunciate, like be a renunciate. It's like I don't need anything. But then there is like a calling or purpose, like you're saying, your fifth chakra vocation, or your, intentional, intention for being on the planet, right? So
Right.
how it shows up between just being completely empty versus, having a direction,
Right.
and still stay non-dual.
Okay. Great.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And it's an excellent question. What's your name?
Weston.
Weston. So Weston is asking about the fifth center, right? And this balance between being empty of attachments and aversions, but at the same time pursuing your authentic vocation in life, your call, right? And then I would say that in the marketplace path, in opposition to the mountaintop path, which is the monastic traditions, right? In the marketplace path, you absolutely want to pursue your vocation and your call, because it will be your royal path to liberation. Because through that, you will, through expressing this center in an authentic way, you will make immense progress spiritually through your lifetime. And you can't succeed in the marketplace path and attain liberation, I would say, if you block the expression. I would be inclined to say that you would probably fail. The body will become sick, and the mind will become unstable. So you need the strength of the expression of this in whatever capacity you perceive is your call, your unique call for creativity and service. And then you go for that, but at the same time, you are also looking for truth here, right? For the truth, the emptiness experience, or the experience of your true self, right? As consciousness, beyond all that, beyond even expression of the fifth center. So you integrate both things, and here still there is some renunciation to do at the fifth center, which is the results of your efforts, right?
I can tell you my life.
Okay, sure.
I was pursuing music.
Yeah.
I wanted
to be a musician, yes.
As a platform to express spiritual concepts, spiritual teachings.
Through music.
But then what I realized that there was still an egoic structure inside of there, because I was trying to encapsulate it inside of kind of a rock star persona.
Okay.
Right. So I let that go and realized there was more authenticity coming through with this, like more of being a spiritual teacher without the extra part of that.
Right.
But then what I get tripped up on is then I start to, because I love psychology, so branding and marketing falls inside of that. So then my mind starts getting like, what do I charge? How do I present myself? It comes back into an egoic thing again.
Right.
Instead of surrendering.
Very interesting. Yeah.
There's a cycle there.
Right.
That
Okay.
starts to kick back in.
So your name was Weston is saying that he was pursuing music, right? But he noticed that there was a personal element in his pursuit that was very strong, and then which was around becoming a rock star. Is that correct?
Yeah, persona.
Right, for the persona, and then it was not satisfying for you, and then you let go of that, right? And then you began to move into how can I be more of service? Then you studied psychology, and but then you are already graduated from psychology.
Well, I've been studying that even before music.
Before music, you were already.
Psychology was my main focus. Then I was also studying voice and guitar.
Right.
The
complement that.
Distribution channel of.
Right. Oh, okay.
And my own self-healing too.
So you are already expressing your vocation as a psychotherapist,
or as a coach?
Or as a coach? As a coach, okay. So Weston is already expressing his vocation for psychology and healing as a coach, but the issue that he's saying and presenting is, well, at the same time, in order to make a living, I need to charge, I need to do marketing, I need to take care of the first center, right? the root chakra, survival. So yes, this is a challenge that we all face, right? I faced it myself. In this mind-body organism is the same problem. It has to pay bills. so it may. You need to follow the common sense knowledge and understanding of marketing and business for the marketing aspect of your business, because there is a marketing aspect to coaching. There is a business aspect to coaching, right? And you need to respect the laws that regulate in this environment business, so that your business will be successful. Because as your business is successful, it will also provide more service to more people, right? So it's something that is good for everyone involved, including your mind, body, organism. At the same time, you want to spiritualize the activity so that your main interest is service to others, right? Helping your clients, be there for them. But at the same time, you cannot neglect completely the business part, but you can do it. But when things are not going exactly the way you want, then the concern about money, the concern about survival is what you need to surrender. You cannot surrender the action. You need to surrender the preoccupation, the concern, right? So that you are relaxed and you just do your best. Does it help that?
Yeah, sure.
So you absolutely need to take care of your business in a business sensitive way, right? But at the same time, you can surrender the results of those efforts. Any other question in regard to this? Okay. Yeah, I can see in the process for this mind-body organism some similarities. And now, for example, I'm trying to turn the institute into a non-profit organization, right? So that it will even externally reflect an attitude that is internal, but I want it to be reflected externally too. And also because a non-profit organization can attract monies that can be destined to develop certain projects that you will not attract just with charging a fee for your services. So you will find your way, right? And it's a process. It's a process.
It sounds like a balance, with the balance.
Yes, it's a balance. It's a balance.
Your desires.
Where the situation is more black and white, it's internally, right? Externally, things seem to be like every person that is in business. Externally. Internally, it's a different story. Internally, there is a surrendering of the results in regard to survival and making money, right? And even how much you will serve others. Because that can be tricky too, right? You can do the best you can in coaching or counseling, and still, it didn't work.
Right, it's out
Well,
of your hands. It's out of your hands. At some point, it's out of your hands.
yes.
You do the best you can, and it's out of your hands.
Right. So the Bhagavad Gita and many scriptures have said this over and over: is you surrender the fruits of actions, but you cannot renounce action, meaning you cannot stop acting. In the marketplace, most especially, we all need to act. We need to do things and leave the results, leave our efforts in divine hands. You may want to change the world and have the best intention, right, to help others, but this world has an inertia, and it's up to the divine if it changes or not. So you leave it in divine hands.